you have a great partnership with many teams in Major League Baseball and a Major League Baseball partnership as well. What's so special about this Giants partnership for you?
Well, I mean, when you look at the growth of StubHub, it started really in the early days with the Giants putting faith in this platform that was new, that was disruptive to the industry at that point in time. We had a great partnership with the Giants. It served a great value proposition, I think, for the team, and it really led to a landmark transaction, which was the partnership that we have with Major League Baseball, which really catapulted StubHub, into a completely different stratosphere in terms of the number of fans that were interacting in our platform. And since that's grown to other leagues and teams, and now extending into the primary market and in music, and it really was the beginning, and it was right here in San Francisco.
So issues in the future, clearly, you guys have the entrepreneurial market covered. 408 straight sellouts, and you've got a situation where I think you sold a Super Bowl suite for about $250,000 this last year. Bottom line is, are tickets getting too expensive for the average fan to afford?
This is really an interesting discussion, because we have teams like the Giants where the demand is massive, and demand far outstrips supplies. We have similar issues where there is no demand and there's a lot of supply, and so we have, as a marketplace, as much as fans associate StubHub with the premium, we have a lot of teams that are concerned with the fact that tickets are selling at below what they think they should sell for. And so as a marketplace that's dynamic and it's simply based on economics of matching buy and sell, we have to be able to manage both dynamics.
And dynamic pricing helps as well. Not the term dynamic pricing, what it does as far as demand.
Well, dynamic pricing is a big deal for us. And the way dynamic pricing works, and we're very satisfied with it as sort of a new dynamic, if you will, in the industry, is that even though on very popular games, dynamic pricing obviously increases prices, what it also does is allow you, for games that have lower demand, if you are price sensitive, you can shop and you can pick a game that maybe is more fits your affordability index. So that we've analyzed it actually, and versus static pricing, about 25% of the games. So it's the bobblehead giveaways and opening day, and for us Sunday Dodgers, you'll have an uptick with dynamically priced games. But the other 75% are either at what the original sort of static price, list price would be, or lower. So you'll come in April, you can go to a Giants game midweek, when school's still in session, on say a Tuesday night, you'll be able to find a $10, $12, $14 ticket. If you want that same seat on opening day, it's going to be significantly more. So all we're asking our fans to do, really, and they've learned to do this through the incredible digital experience you can now have with StubHub and with ticketing, is that if you do a little shopping and an investigation, you'll be able to come up with an affordable ticket. So I still think in baseball, among all the sports, there's still a great affordability, as long as you're flexible. As long as you might go to a game that may not be the biggest giveaway or may not be the opening day.
And dynamic pricing, variable pricing, one of the keys is flexibility. By the way, people at home, hold that hand up again. I mean, that is one of the largest rings, and you have 3 of them, right? I mean, you show it off, and I know he gestures and he tries to be subtle about it. Scott, that's the biggest ring I've ever seen.
I don't have that kind of bling. Although I will say, one of the very first things that I had the opportunity to do as a partner of the Giants, and my grandmother was so proud that I was presented, or we were presented, as a partner of the Giants, a ring from prior season, and my grandmother was so proud of me to be able to have the opportunity just to touch it.
Well, that's fantastic. You could fit 2 fingers in. That's amazing. Well,
I will admit, it's not subtle.
Nothing about that is subtle. By the way, decouching, one of the terms that's so important. We've even invented a new term for it, and so everybody's talking about going to the game, a great experience, AT&T Park, beautiful. But also, you can now watch the games on here or anywhere else, and I guess you front and center on it. Both of you are. But is there a zero-sum game? How do you deal with making sure people go to the game and have a unique experience, but watch the game at home as well?
Well, I mean, look, first of all, and this is across all of live entertainment, the live entertainment is the currency by which this generation defines itself. It's the incidences that you share with others. It becomes what you're sharing on your social feeds. It defines you in many ways. The live event experience is happening in person mostly, but people are capturing that on devices and sharing that all over. In terms of access to the event, that's where we're seeing some really interesting things with people being able to access an event at any time. And like I said early on, to be able to do that on your phone, in a line, walk in and legitimately have a mobile optimized ticket is a tremendous fan experience. And that's so much different than the days before, where if you didn't get that ticket, you kind of went outside and you bought it on the alleyway, you weren't sure you were going to get it in. People don't even think about that anymore.
Yeah, interesting. And the bottom line of all of this, too, is that there is a significant entrepreneurial bent and a great partnership here going forward as well. Go ahead.
No, I say there really is. I mean, and you know, we pick our partners carefully.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really important. I mean, we feel that, for instance, with AT&T, our most obvious partner because their name's on our ballpark, it's really important for us, and this matters to Scott too, I'm sure, is that the Wi-Fi, we get it just right in the park, so that people are able to take pictures and send pictures and not have disruption, make phone calls, send texts. And what AT&T does as our partner, and this is not contractual, this is something they want to do because they want to get it right, is they provide millions of dollars of upgrades in our ballpark every off-season to make sure that increasing demand and increasing penetration is met with acceptable service.
We got 30 seconds, but this is really important for you. Social responsibility. 1994, the first AIDS benefit the Giants were involved in. You pick your roster largely because not only batting average and pitching, but character as well. Why is that so important, and why does that translate into success?
Well, you know, Rick, it's a long season, small clubhouse. That's we sort of have a little motto along those lines. And especially in baseball, probably all sports, but I can speak to baseball, that the connectivity of the players and the players' sort of, team-first attitude, the name across the front of the chest has got to be paramount. And that not only extends with how you operate in the clubhouse as a teammate, that operates off the field. So we have everybody, we have a 100% participation program. We ask each player to give not just dollars, but time to some cause. And they may not know this area well, so we pair them up. And whether it's a cancer research venture, or it's AIDS, or it's the Boys and Girls Club, or it's a school, and all the players do it with open arms. And we try to, it's really important to have that sort of character with us. Denard Span, Johnny Cueto, and Jeff Samardzija were, we do a background check, and we talk to people, and they fit in. So we feel very proud of that and blessed that we have those kinds of players.